All right, let's get into like some cooler topics. Lil Uzi Vert released Eternal ATAKE. Is that how Eternal ATAKE? Eternal ATAKE. Lil Uzi Vert released an album, let's say that, and he released a second album the next week, Love versus the World 2. That was it, right? Yeah, I think Lil Uzi Vert versus the World Part 2. I think that was it. And he released like the deluxe version the next week. I think it was, but it was 14 new songs. So he released 2 albums back to back, and he'd been gone for like 3 years. So it does make sense. Yeah, he smashed it. He did big numbers, 325,000 I think in a week, which is crazy numbers for nowadays in the streaming culture where people don't buy albums. I mean, he did some big numbers. What does it say? 288,000 album equivalent first week sales, 400 million first week streams, 4th largest debut for streaming numbers. I mean, Lil Uzi Vert, you know, puts up some numbers. He's got some fans. He's definitely up there with the top class. Like, I didn't know if he was really top class. Like, I didn't know if he was Travis Scott numbers and everything. And he definitely is. He may not be J. Cole and Drake and Kendrick. I think Drake maybe is above everyone, but then, you know, Kendrick and J. Cole are right on his heels, you know, in a higher class. But Lil Uzi Vert is right underneath them. I mean, him, Travis, who else would even be up there? I mean, Lil Uzi Vert definitely said, you know, I'm here. I'm one of the biggest rappers in the world right now with this album. And, you know, I like Lil Uzi Vert. I like his, I know it's corny to say, but I like his older stuff, you know, his early mixtapes. But this new album, I listened to them both, and it's like his last album and everything for me when I listen to Lil Uzi Vert's albums. Like, some songs I really like, and some songs I hate. It's like, you know, half the album I'll really like, and half the album I'll really dislike. That's like the new Lil Uzi Vert albums for me are always like that. You know, I just highly dislike some songs, and I highly like other songs. So, and it's kind of just a mixed bag for me. That's how this album was to me. It's like, you know, some songs I'll maybe skip 2, but then I'll like 3 in a row, and then I'll skip 1, and then I'll like 1. It's just up and down for me with him, you know, but I respect, you know, his ability to produce the numbers he produced nowadays. I respect that 100%, but people said this was like a game-changing album, a rap genre-changing, transcendent album. Like, that's how crazy his fans are. It's like, this is, you know, an insane album that's changing the game. It's all this new sounds and this and that. And it just sounded the same to me. Like, I know on the Joe Budden podcast, I think Rory said it just sounded like the same beats as the last album. It just sounds like the same trap drum 808s or whatever you call them. It sounds like the same, kind of like synthesized electronic beats. It sounds like the same beats Lil Uzi Vert had on the last album. They just all kind of sound the same, like cheap. They don't sound like they're that crazy to me. They're just regular produced beats that someone could make on GarageBand or some shit. They just, I don't know, nothing like that transcended to me. Like, that's why I really liked XXX, you know, when I really started listening to him, because his albums, if you listen to them, they're so different. The beats, like, he'll have a guitar riff, or he'll do some Spanish stuff, or he'll do, like, his, you know, he'll have some really down stuff, then he'll do some straight rock, and then he'll rap. Like, XXX was transcendent and different, and, you know, was taking the genre in different places. Lil Uzi Vert just sounds like more of the same to me. Like, yeah, some of them are good and catchy, and, you know, they're good songs, but I don't think they're like game-changing or transcendent in the rap genre. It just sounds like more of the same to me personally. Maybe I'm seeing it wrong. Maybe I'm an old head now, you know. Shit on me. I don't know. Fuck. Maybe I'm hearing it wrong, but I just feel like I know game-changing rap songs, and I don't hear it on this Lil Uzi Vert album. It sounds like more of the same and maybe a little bit better. That's all. I guess it's a little bit better, but all the beats kind of sound similar. All the songs are just the same auto-tune singing. Like XXX would change. Some would be auto-tuned. Some would be him singing rock. Some would be him rapping, singing. I don't know. Lil Uzi Vert's just the same sound in his voice, the same, you know? It's just the same, more of the same to me. So that's why I'm saying some songs I really like, though, still. You know, they're good. I'll party to them, you know, I'll drink to them, but some of them just, I'm tired of hearing that. I want to hear something new and different. And I don't feel like he gave that to me. So, I don't know. Maybe his fans could tell me where I missed out on that. Like, where is it? Where, like, compare it to XXX's Question Mark album after he passed away. Is it that album, the Question Mark album, was sad on it and everything. Compare it to that album where there's so many different styles and sounds and everything. That's the kind of transcendent music I would expect from, if you're saying this is a transcendent album, that's what I would expect comparing it. And Lil Uzi Vert, I don't think this album compared to that and didn't even come close. So I don't know. I don't even think it's beating like a Young Thug album or anything. It just sounds kind of like a Future mixtape or something. It just sounds more of the same. You know, do something different and then maybe you'll impress me a little more. So I'm sorry, but it was an alright album. That's what I'll give Lil Uzi Vert's Eternal ATAKE and Lil Uzi Vert versus the World 2. It's alright. That's my review. It's an alright album. Anyways, Lil Baby's debut album, My Turn, I thought was really good. That only did 69,000 this week, and it did 55,000 in its first week. So I like that album better, Lil Baby's, and that's how little that did. So that's crazy to me. And Blueface released his debut album, Find the Beat, and that did, what did it do, 15 to 20,000 first week sales. Like, I knew he was on a downslope and he was losing steam and he was losing popularity, but goddamn, I didn't know it was that bad. I didn't know he was losing steam that crazy. Like, Jack Harlow's 7-track, Academics posted this, so it made me laugh. Jack Harlow's 7-track EP, The Sweet Action, that he released, that outsold Blueface's debut album. So that's not good for Blueface there. I think he's still, like, the ladies will love him when he's out, and they'll, still always get to take pictures and make a big scene, but he might have to pawn some of those chains pretty soon, because I don't think he needs a hit quickly or something to happen. He needs to go viral again, or I don't know what he needs to do, but something, because his music clearly is kind of over now. People are over it. It's not hitting as good. He's clearly done maybe the best music he can ever do, and now he's putting out more of the same. People are getting tired of it, and it clearly shows. In 15 to 20,000 in his first week sales, that's pretty bad. Those are like, when a sports star puts out an album, that's how low those numbers are. Those are pretty bad numbers right there, I'm not gonna lie. But Jack Harlow, on a good note, I did a deep dive. I've always liked him and everything, but never really listened to, like, really gone in on his discography. And after listening to the EP, I loved it. Felt like he was kind of reaching for radio singles a little much. Like, Jack Harlow kind of sometimes reaches for too much radio poppy singles. But he does have a variety. He does some other good songs, you know, just for rap fans, lyrical tracks and everything, because he can rap. And I like those. I think he's got a good variety overall. If you do a deep dive of his music, you'll really enjoy it. I know I did. He's got banger after banger. He's got... Jack Harlow is pretty fire rapper. You know, I know he doesn't look like maybe a fire rapper. He looks like maybe he's, you know, attending a bar mitzvah or about to do your taxes or, you know, finance your movie script or something. But he's actually an incredible rapper, and he's got, you know, a collection of hits and everything. His songs are... He has plenty of like hit songs. I went on YouTube, and even the videos alone, he has hit after hit, like just great songs. So if you liked his 7-track EP Sweet Action, like definitely dive into Jack Harlow. He's got lots and lots of good music. Really, really liking Jack Harlow nowadays. I think he's got a really, really bright future ahead of him. So, you know, DJ Drama, say what you want. I know him and Lil Uzi aren't seeing eye to eye, supposedly. I don't know how much of that is true. I think that was to sell albums somewhat, but he's got an eye for talent. He signed Jack Harlow and Lil Uzi, so he's making some money, that's for sure. And Rich the Kid released his second studio album, Boss Man. I guess he's beefing with Lil Uzi Vert. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. Lil Uzi Vert tweeted that every time Rich the Kid drops, he's going to drop, and that's what he did. Rich the Kid dropped his studio album, Boss Man, his second studio album, and it probably sold barely anything. Rich the Kid's kind of like a new age Fat Joe, I feel like. Like, Rich the Kid makes a lot of good radio singles. He makes some smash hits that are on the radio, played constantly, and people played in the clubs maybe, and people dance to him and know the songs. But then when he releases an album full of songs, no one's there to buy it. Like, I saw a meme of Rich the Kid, like, and it said "Stay Humble," and it was Rich the Kid's concert. I think it was in Connecticut, actually. It was from, I think, a Connecticut DJ. And there was literally like 13 people at his show. He was out there performing, and literally like 10 to 15 people just at the front of the stage. It was empty. So, you know, Rich the Kid, I think he dropped some singles. You know, he owns that record label. He's a good businessman, but I don't know about overall, you know. Maybe he just goes the Fat Joe route and makes good singles for the rest of his career. And that's probably pretty profitable. Fat Joe's made a great career out of All the Way Up, Make It Rain, all those singles and everything, but when's the last time you bought a Fat Joe album? Not many people do, so maybe Rich the Kid just accepts that he's in that lane, that he's a single man, making singles man, and he just stops dropping albums. And, you know, because he definitely can't compete with Lil Uzi Vert there in that beef. Lil Uzi Vert, if he's going to drop every time Rich the Kid drops, Rich the Kid's even more screwed, because Lil Uzi Vert outsold him by like, what, 200,000 to, Rich the Kid sold 20,000 too. So yeah, Lil Uzi Vert, it's safe to say, beat him by 100%. 200,000 to 20,000, that's it. 10 times it or something. Yeah, 10 times. Yeah, Lil Uzi Vert, it's safe to say, is a much bigger artist. That beef is a little one-sided. I think you'll all have to agree on that. What else were we gonna say? Snow the Product put out some good, a good song there. What was her song? I forget what the song was now, but she raps half in Spanish, and I didn't know about this guy D Smoke, who raps half in Spanish now. He won like Rhythm and Flow, and he'll rap in English, then half in Spanish, which I'm fine with and everything. And I don't know if that's going to be the new wave, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I'm fine with it. It's alright. D Smoke can rap. He can rap in English. He's very, very lyrical. I saw him do a freestyle, I think, on Sway, where he does it in English than Spanish. you know, I like it. I'm here for it. That's incredible. If you know 2 languages, you're incredible, because I barely know English. I mean, no, it's just incredible when people know 2 languages and can speak them back to back. That's crazy to me. That's highly intellectual and intelligent. I can't do it. I'll never be able to do it. I took Spanish for 5 years. I took it like 3 years in high school. Failed a test in college to take it. Had to take it 3 more years. So, and I still can't say 1 sentence. I think I could say "Me llamo Kevin." I don't even know if that's right. So, I think that's "my name is Kevin." And I could say "biblioteca." I know that's the library. So, I don't know much Spanish after 5 years. So, if you know 2 languages, that's incredible. So, Snow the Product. I always say she's my favorite female rapper. So that's why if she wants to start this generation or start this new trend of half English, half Spanish, if she wants to keep doing it, I'm all here for it, because Snow the Product is definitely, if not my favorite female rapper, she's up there. She's definitely my favorite female rapper, I think. I'm gonna say that proudly and firmly. Snow the Product, yeah, definitely my favorite female rapper. So whatever she wants to do, I'm here for it. And D-Smoke, I'll have to listen to more of him to really get a full, review, but he seems alright. Childish Gambino dropped a new album called 31520. Surprise album. This is supposedly the last time he's supposedly dropping Childish Gambino. I don't know. It seemed alright. I listened to it. I don't know. Now that he's like comfortable, and like I still miss his first album there, the self-titled or whatever it was called, with Bonfire and all that. I miss the just straight rapping Childish Gambino. He was a great rapper, I thought. Very lyrical. Was incredible. And I just kind of missed that ever since he had that success on the last album, singing and everything, doing that kind of stuff, and winning the Grammy and all that. He's just gone more into his singing bag, and yeah, he's a great singer, but I miss the rapping Childish Gambino. So I know there's a mixture on this album, but it just always feels like it's more singing, and it's kind of depressing. So it seemed like an alright album. Then maybe I'll give this one an alright too. I just wish you'd just rap for a whole album again, Childish Gambino. Give us that first album vibe one more time for me, and I would have loved that. But whatever. The singing's alright too sometimes. So I guess check out that album. I did a quick skim through it, so I'll have to re-listen to it again. I kind of forgot that album was put out. There was no promotion on that, so I honestly kind of forgot that album even dropped. So I gotta re-listen to that Childish Gambino album, I guess, to really review it. The Weeknd's new album came out. I haven't listened to it all. Like, it's weird. Usually when The Weeknd drops an album, like, he's had some huge single that's been on the radio for 3 months, and that didn't happen with this album. So that's kind of weird. It's kind of different. Usually, at least 1 single, if not 2, has been on the radio forever, and I feel like that hasn't happened. So, or maybe I missed it. I know now that he's got one. What's it called? Blinding Lights, or I don't know. I forget what it's called, but I know now some songs are top of the charts, but I just feel like they're not as big as like his last album songs. So I don't know. I guess this album's doing incredibly well, so I guess it's a good album. So I've never been a huge The Weeknd fan. Just a Take Care, Drake and The Weeknd fan. So I guess I'm a selective The Weeknd fan. I've never sat down and listened to a whole The Weeknd album. Is what I'm saying. So I can't really review this album, but hey, it seems to be doing well. People like it, so shout out to The Weeknd. Good for you. Still killing it there with